Hello, Collective. Happy Saturday, the 12th of October. So, somebody was breathalyzed on a battlefront. This could be tonight or happened last night, but somebody was breathalyzed on this battlefront for October 12th, Saturday, 2024. You had to blow torch a safe open. Yeah, they're going to have to blow torch this safe to get this information for tonight, or maybe it's last night it happened, but this can't be real, is what the ancestors are thinking. Colorado Coffee House here's the news. Yeah, you can get Colorado from today's letters, and some kind of coffee house here's the news. A troubadour is trustworthy. Yeah, the troubadours in the queen's time was a court jester, somebody that told jokes or stories. They were given lots of liberties to do that, to entertain the kings and queens, and they also had really awesome First Amendment rights. So Collective is a troubadour. And anyway, this one's trustworthy for today's letters. This troubadour is trustworthy. And then when you went too far, they used blood to alter an arrest. Yeah, I think the ops have gone too far because they had to use blood to alter this arrest. Yeah, for today's date. And then club at the courthouse deflects fraud. Yeah, this good old boys club at the courthouse, they're deflecting this fraud. Yeah, somebody's picked up on it. And then if you buy a lottery ticket, loaner person, it might buy your lunch. For today's letters, October 12th, Saturday. Yeah, beautiful fall day. Beautiful. So, yeah, you raise some eyebrows with the ancestors because there's a board meeting tonight. Yeah, a huge board meeting. That's that mystic rectangle sitting right here. Uranus, Mars, Venus, Pluto. It's right in smack dab in the middle tonight. So it's a pretty big deal about what's going on, how things are progressing. There's two karmic payments. There's one up top here, and there's one over here. Yeah, something with a secret family, a high priestess, or it could be, see, this is so secretive that it's almost like, let's reveal what the secret was about, or you have payment for that, because this was a generational secret. They kept it more than one generation, and it involved this female of service. Yeah, so that's one of the payments due. And then the other payment has to do with other people's money, an active participant, and how they went to war over possessions that were not theirs. So those are the two payments due tonight. So, but because the moon's in Aquarius, 20 degrees Aquarius, and the sun's going to be 20 degrees Libra tonight, that's very harmonious. And what it does is it creates two grand trines, these beautiful triangles right in the middle here. One's kind of going this way. Yeah, this is about this spiritual, very influential spiritual war. Has to do with the ancestors. So the ancestral war down here to Mars, over this home and this property, involving this female, yeah, of service. And then the other grand trine tonight, that's all in favor of collective. This is work that collective's done. And this other one here is the secret, using thoughts, plans, people, active participants, used it fairly for a legacy, and expanded. They were able to expand that. It's in the 12th house. So they expanded some kind of secret 12th house Jupiter. And remember, Jupiter's retrograde now, but yeah, so it had to be something over the past, some kind of past secret, that they had thoughts and plans for a legacy. They were able to expand on it communication wise, because Gemini is all communication. So your ancestors are probably giving you some kind of, award for that because you verbalized it. Yeah. And then these are the blessings. There's two going to Mercury tonight. One's from the family and one's from the spirituality. Just these nodes, which are, I call them Yodas, but they're from the Most High. So some kind of thought and plan going to go into this spiritual group, this group of reputable people, 10th house, and some kind of secret plan involving this clan of people. Yeah, and then looks like there's one more here. Yeah, the moon sends a Yoda to Mars, which I thought was kind of interesting. So this is Aquarius moon. So maybe some kind of secret about this war that we're going to find out here real quick over these possessions. The moon's kind of reaching out to Mars. So I like that too. Yeah. This board meeting is all about the high cost of lives and resources that this war was. maybe they didn't figure it would last this long or it would cost this much, but it really, time is a resource, and a lot of time was taken. And so it just creates this, this big red X in the middle. The war was supposed to be transformed over this other person's money. There was some kind of secret family and this female that was all of this had to be dealt with for tonight's meeting. So yeah, crack of the ceiling. But it's really evident from this Venus being over here that she is the radio station. Man, she's picking up a lot of stuff from the ancestors, a lot of stuff from that 10th house, from that Pisces, from the passed over ones. So she's really that antenna right now for the crossed over. So I love it. I love it. They're keeping you in line, Venus. They are. Yeah. It's this higher connection. Oh my gosh, that looks great. Ancestors, please be here for this reading. I love you. Thank you for all your downloads. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, please be here. Highest Descendant, Jesus, if you're not in a meeting, please be here and add your wisdom to this reading. We love you. And I have got Mary tonight. So, Mary, nobody believed her story either. So Mother Mary, just bless the collective, keep their hearts humble as the hours turn into days and the days turn into weeks. Thank you, Mary. I love you. Yeah, she kept that secret a long time, Mary did. Because every time she tried to explain, this was an immaculate conception. They thought she was nuts. So, okay, so let me show you the cards. I got 646. 646 on the clock. So, for 20 degrees Libra, there's this death card. And it's a tough cookie. This is a tough cookie. You are a tough cookie for hanging in there, collective, and taking all these jabs. You weren't supposed to be here. Life got rough and rougher. But Margaret Thatcher has this birthday for 20 degrees Libra. And when I spoke to Margaret Thatcher, she said, you know what? I'm glad I gave him hell. That's what Margaret, and and for their sake, collective, you should be glad if you gave them hell that you're still here, because it's for their sake that you hung in there. And for the 12th, you get this hangman. What can we live without? We're still working on, what we absolutely require to live and breathe. Not much, actually, but giving up a lot of materialism, a lot of things that we use as a crutch to get through our day, to get through our trials and tribulations. But then this Aquarius moon comes along, this 20 degrees Aquarius moon, and it's really like, well, I see that we got this tough cookie here, and we're reflecting on how this life can be a little better, but why don't we take the masks and dump out the trunk of masks that your ops used and identify them. So Aquarius wants to identify the masks during this time of this downtime for collective. Like I just want to look at those masks and see why exactly they were used. And you come up here to Mercury, which has the Joker, and Mercury's like, yeah, this is no joke. This is alluring evidence. Truly, what Mercury has, 29 master degree Libra, reminding us of that Chicago 8 trial back, I think, in the 40s. But that Bobby Seale has that birthday, 29 degrees Libra. And, he was gagged in the courtroom and bound in the courtroom. There's pictures of it on Google if you Google that. Because of the goals that he was trying to reach. So it's something about this evidence and why it's so gagged, and Mercury wants to go over that. So, and then I've got Jupiter over here with the death card, 21 degrees Gemini retrograde. I know exactly why the grass was greener. Because the grass was greener for your ops because you weren't there. They thought that was great. Well, it's not so great when throughout history, if you suppress a race or a creed, throughout history, it is shown that will be risen up from the Most High. So Jupiter's just reminding us of that while he's retrograde. And then Saturn has the Emperor card, 13 degrees Pisces retrograde. This Saturn had to witness this for themselves. So a lot of these borders and safeties people had to actually go undercover and experience the magic for themselves. And then you come down here, man, Venus has the devil card tonight, so she's sitting pretty still at 24 degrees Scorpio. She really can't move, but it's this beautiful degree that Georgia O'Keeffe was born. So Georgia O'Keeffe taught us that, you know, colors and shapes speak louder than words. So maybe Venus will just, you know, show some beauty tonight. Well, that devil's right on her tail tonight. And then Mars is 20 degrees Cancer in this hangman still. His unsolicited opinion, but he's in a reflective mood. He reminds himself that Henry David Thoreau had this 20 degrees Cancer birthday. And what he learned 2 years in the woods alone tonight. So Mars is going to talk about that. And then, so Uranus has the star card, and it's talking about how some monarchies are corrupt. And you come over here to Neptune, who has a beautiful story about the secret, the day the secret returns. Yeah. The art of brainwashing by your ops. Pluto at 29 degrees, I'm so excited, is direct. Praise God, he is direct. And I feel feistier, so Pluto, thank you for being direct. But he wants to put the sun on, you know, why swapping you out, what the rewards would be if they swapped you out for this destiny up here, which happens to be a hermit and a justice card. So yeah, they wanted to taste your destiny, man. They were going to taste your destiny. Yeah, this in the middle of the reading, you know, reflect on this tough cookie. Reflect on this tough cookie, this Iron Lady. Well, this person was constantly set up. These were set up artists. A lot of you have already figured that out from the readings, but, you know, if anyone could punch a hole in the sky, it would be Margaret Thatcher with this 20 degrees Libra. She did. She went in politics where women aren't supposed to go. Being that, leader, what was it? Leader of the prime minister. She punched a hole in the sky. She moved politically up where no one could. Yeah, she was in the boys' room, man. She was in the gentleman's club. She was feisty. And when I talked to her, she's like, I'm glad I gave him hell. I'm glad I gave him hell. But see, she's been smoking in the boys' room. Thank you, Margaret. Remember by Motley Crue, smoking in the boys' room. Demons meet your doom. Smoking in the boys' room. And you're not allowed a costume. Yeah, so that's why the moon comes in and says, I'm going to dump that trunk of masks out. We want to look at those. We want to see which one was which, what they wore for which. Yeah, we're going to expose those masks. They don't like that. But it's a breakdown of identity. Like, why'd you have to do that? Have so many of them. Yeah, they couldn't just be this person. Yeah, so let's find out. Smoking in the boys' room. Hey, teacher, we got some evidence. Yeah. We have evidence on this. Why we wanted collective gone in order for them to put a mask on. And yeah, this setup has always been like for collective to have gotten a DUI or got fired or suicide. This was always the setup. It didn't matter who it was. This is how the ops operated, is wait for the setup, you know, and sit back and just get a kick out of it. When I think now when people hear of such events, you know, they're going to ask, you know, DUI, well, that's crazy. The neighbor said she was washing her car yesterday, you know, and then they think, well, yeah, who does wash their car before they commit suicide? You know what I mean? Or they got fired? Really? Wow, that's kind of interesting. I thought they shut the place down. You know, I thought it was contaminated. You know, people will start asking questions. They won't just say, you know, oh, DUI? Did that person even drink? You know what I mean? I never saw them in the bars, but wow, they're dead now because of a DUI. So it's these kind of things that people will not, they are not going to listen. I used to call it the sugar, honey, iced tea talk. Talk. That's, people love to purchase, and they're not going to like to do that anymore because there's too many questions and there's too much, you know, and yet your ops love that. They love that conflict, confusion, chaos. They lived for it. It gave them a huge adrenaline rush. But like 20 degrees Libra, Margaret Thatcher, she didn't care about any of that. She walked right through the gentleman's club and said, look, you're smoking in here. Give me one too, you know? And caused a lot of chaos because that's the good old boys room, right? Smoking in the boys room. Everyone knows the angels rule. Everyone knows the angels will rule. Yeah, that's what's going on. The demons were in the bathroom and the angels came in. Yeah, the angels have a gift. The angels have a gift. So it's a gift that has to learn to live without. That's the other theme of tonight. We know you're a tough cookie. The passed over ones want to say thank you for giving them hell for their sake. They don't see it right now, but you did it for their sake. Okay? This wasn't just, oh, I'll sign up to be all humble and forgotten. No, I'm going to sign up to save other people this should never happen to. And I'll prove why. Because we need to ask a few more questions than, oh, they died in a DUI. Oh, that's true. No, they had assets that somebody acquired. Especially if you hear about someone with a DUI that's really, really young and the accident, killed them. Nobody goes to ask those questions. It's just, wow, it's too bad that person was a drunk. No, actually they weren't. So, what's this can live without? I guess that's what the spirits want to remind you, is that if you can live without some of these things, it just looks better when questions are asked, because they'll remember, yeah, I never could get that person to go to the bar with me, or I never could, or are you sure? Because all I saw them buy was, every time they were in the grocery store, I didn't see any Coors Light in the, I didn't see any in their cart, but, maybe we were, yeah. So whatever you can live without is going to help you with this justice. Yeah, because some of you are walking right into it. But as the days turn into, weeks, and the weeks turn into months, it's like you have to remain humble. It's that King Solomon wisdom, and I'm supposed to read to you from Genesis, but it's that wisdom from Solomon, because a real angel doesn't require a stage or whatever this is. This was set up for attention, and angels don't do that. They don't need attention. Their life is kind of exciting, just the way it is. Yeah, I'm supposed to read to you this, because sometimes for a blessing, you've got to wrestle with the angels. This is from Genesis 32, and it starts with, this left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man came and wrestled with him until the dawn began to break. When the man saw that he would not win the match, he touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it out of socket. The man said, let me go, for the dawn is breaking. But Jacob said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. I won't let, here you broke my hip. You can bless me. What is your name? The man asked, and he replied, Jacob. Your name will no longer be Jacob. The man told him, from now on you will be called Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have won. Please tell me your name, Jacob said, and why do you want to know my name? The man replied. Then he blessed Jacob right there. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means face of God, for he said, I've seen God face to face, yet my life was spared. Yeah, I love that verse, because he wrestled with God that whole night, and by golly, you're gonna bless me. And you've been wrestling with this demon smoking in the boys' room, and you walk in and they're like, what are you doing here? Well, yeah, so this moon tonight being in Aquarius, this really goofy 20 degrees Aquarius moon comes in, which is really harmonious with Libra, but it's kind of shocking because I got the trunk. I snuck the trunk out of their home, and we're going to dump it out, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to identify these people. We're going to identify these people, who they truly were. Now, the person with that birthday, 20 degrees Aquarius, is that Alice Walker, who wrote Color Purple. Now, if you've seen The Color Purple, really, there was this love triangle involving the grandfather, maybe, based off of true events. I'm not sure, but there were secrets kept, okay? And identities were, what they thought were these type of people weren't really those type of people, which is kind of creepy if you think about it, especially if you spent your lifetime with them, right? But the moon really wants to expose this. So what are we going to learn, Aquarius moon tonight, about these masks? They're melting. These masks are melting. Yeah. Part of it had to do with you not defending yourself, and a lot of you did, because you knew it wasn't right what they were saying about you. So they didn't count on that. They thought you would defend yourself and look ridiculous, and they couldn't wait to see that, because that was the setup. Well, look, she's talking crazy, but the way you did it was kind of unique. So it says something about a high priestess waiting. Okay. Yeah, this is how you did it. So you learned, you tapped into the ancestral knowledge, okay? Collective, you tapped into that in many ways, shapes, and forms, and you wait with that until the news that they give you. Yeah, I'll never forget one of my first downloads was about these big camper trailers, and the download was, yeah, they're headed up in the woods to do magic. And I was like, no, that can't be. And they're like, yeah, that's what that is. And that, that was like, I don't know, when I first woke up a couple years ago, but I remember thinking, wow, what a download. But your ancestors have told you such cool stuff because you chose to listen. A lot of people don't, well, I don't want to seem crazy. No, you're not crazy at all. Those are your ancestors. That's your bloodline. That's why you're here. They're going to help you get through your lessons a lot quicker if you listen to them. And so Aquarius, okay, so Aquarius moon, what else about these masks do you want this high priestess to know while she gives the news? Yeah, supposedly you're supposed to keep giving the news. People are enlightened by the news. They're learning to slip past the mask, yeah. All of these masks are from this young gentleman here, smoking in the boys' room, and he's getting judgment for it. Yeah, I got the angels collecting video. Plotting and planning all the lives there, damn magic emoji. Plotting and a planning. Yeah, all the lives they're damning. Magic and a mojo. You took away collective's home with a mask on. Yeah, everybody knows. Smoking in the boys' room. And then you show up, collective, and they're like, what are you doing here? And again, it's like, you got to strip yourself of this like qualifier. Well, that's a girl, or that's an whatever. A lot of you, yeah. Well, can an alien smoke in the boys' room? We got the aliens in the boys' room. There's, what are you going to put a symbol on the door of an alien, so the alien can get in there and wash his face. It's going to be like that. Like, quit qualifying people. Yeah. That's how easy those masks were for him. Because humanity had grew dependent on it, had grown accustomed to him. It was their safety of their reality. But see, when you expose this, it's like their reality starts to crumble too. It's like, wow, like, yeah, you always told us, respect your elders. Well, yeah, but first find out if they're frauds, before you go around helping an old person. You might end up, they'll set you up. They will set you up. Yeah, did you hear so-and-so's in jail? They tried to take an old lady's purse. No, that's strange. I saw them helping them with their groceries. But they will set you up. All because you relied on the mask that person had worn for years and trusted it. Yeah. Now you can read energy. Now you're on that radio station that picks up a little bit higher frequency. I love it. Okay. So thank you, moon and sun and moon. That's the T, huh? That's the T. Don't get set up tonight, collective. Don't get set up. Don't just rely on, this is what they show me every day. Yeah, well. You don't know what they're fighting behind the scenes every night. Okay, you're not there at night, when that soul turns itself in, what it's struggling with, A lot of these souls had such karmic lessons that this was a way for them to get out of it, is to create this setup and let collective take the karma. And you're like, no, I didn't do this. You bounce. Yeah. 29 degree Libra, master degree for Mercury. Yeah, so Bobby Seale, okay. He was at the Chicago 8 trial. He was charged with conspiracy. Yeah. They accused Bobby Seale of causing a riot after the Democratic National Convention. But actually, who Bobby Seale was, he was part of the Black Panthers, but he saw his race dwindling. He's like, why is my race getting set up? Why is my race declining in health? Why is my race not able to get shelter? And, just saw some basic necessities that weren't given to his race. That's why he joined the Black Panthers and stood up for this. And then he got gagged and bound at the trial. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a question of, well, what's the agenda and do you go about it safely? He was considered, Villainchete. How do you say that? A villain. Yeah, he was perceived as over the top, the way he pushed this agenda. It would be like you finding a coven in your hometown. It's not a normal way to create an agenda, is to do black magic in a coven. And that's how they looked at Bobby Seale. Well, you got this group of Black Panthers, and it wasn't like that at all. It was like, well, then explain to me what's happening to my race. Explain to me. This is not unintended. This was deliberate. That, and so, that was back in the, 60s, 40s? Something like that. But yeah, he has that birthday, 29, master degree, Libra. So what do you guys, please be here for this reading. Any of you guys that I've spoke about, thank you so much. Provide your wisdom. What's this? Yeah, they form an orb over this table. I love you guys. Alluring evidence, Mercury, alluring evidence of these masks that Satan is under judgment for. Like he provided them. It was very easy for them to go and pick up a few new ones too. When they recruited for new people in the circle of the coven, like, oh, all you have to do is wear this mask, and they felt right at home. So, oh, okay. So this King of Wands in your storyline, this King of Wands, smoking in the boys' room, tried to provide something to the courts because I got judgment, and it won't go through the courts, whatever it is. What's this evidence that he can't submit? Well, he can't move. It's almost like he's got pinched. It's almost like he got stopped. Yeah, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Yeah, it's like listen to that song and then just have it like suddenly go really quiet because he's not the jolly good fellow. And it's hurting him right now. It's hurting him. What's he so upset about? Okay, because he had an angle. He had an angle to keep what he had stolen. See, he didn't go through this for nothing. But see, he's getting judged tonight for that mask. Like that wasn't even you, dude. Like you signed court documents that it wasn't even you, kind of thing. So he either cheated on identity out of the assets or pretended to be somebody he wasn't. Yeah, all for the legacy, the 10 of coins. Yeah, for he's a jolly good fellow. And the ancestors are like, yeah, bring him over here. They want to hog tie him. Yeah, because this person might have set you up, collective. Might have said, yeah, well, did you hear about so-and-so? Well, that's strange. That's not what I've ever known about him, but okay. So yeah, because he's got this Two of Swords, he's trying to go back and replay the events so he looks a little more favorable. Yeah, he's trying to put it on the ball back in his court that he can explain and defend that. The reason, this, I don't think, now maybe in some of your cases he is part of the bloodline. I don't think that person's part of your bloodline. I think they paid that person to do that. Yeah. They had the same employment as one of your ops. And they knew this dude, he was already one of those characters they knew he'd be easy to influence because he wasn't very moral. Like he had some extramarital affairs and kind of bragged about it, really. And so he, anyone like that would be easy enough to, hey, well, what can you do this? Because you might get this. So they knew it was a shoo-in. So they used that person, yeah. And that's why, what you can live without, if you have any self-discipline at all, with these relationships, if you can just say, yeah, I can live without it, that's going to help when you get in a situation like that. Because, yeah, I never saw anyone go in her apartment, actually. She was home every night. Because, they're trying to say collective, you're like this lady of the night or a gentleman of the night, whatever they're saying about you, but that's their costume, see? That's their mask. And your actions speak really loud. Okay, so, yeah, good luck. For he's a jolly good fellow, but he can't take the 10 of coins. Too bad, so sad. Okay, Jupiter. So Jupiter's retrograde now. I know exactly why the grass is greener. You thought it'd be greener without collective there. And this is what happens throughout history. Okay, all right. Because Henry Crown, how's that birthday? 21 degrees Gemini. Henry Crown was like worth 10.2 billion. Forbes magazine published when he died in like 90 something. Yeah, he was a Jewish immigrant from Russia. He was like he grew up before he came over. He was just like a peddler in Russia, a peddler. And when he came here, it's like suddenly he just blossomed. It's like if you ever think of the right place, the right plan, that was Henry Crown's story. He had the right place when he came here with the right plan. So God blessed him. And if you think about generationally speaking, the Jews didn't deserve the Holocaust. They didn't deserve any of that. It's just some sicko's way of, well, I want to rule the world. Oh, okay. And so God returns that in favor with people like Henry Crown, who happened to be Jewish, and he made his fortune here. But Jupiter, what do you want to tell us about Henry Crown? Yeah, don't underestimate the zero in your bank account is what he's telling me. Even if you have to borrow money and you're investing in yourself, he says that you'll never lose investing in you. Yeah. He only had like an 8th grade education too. So some of you that think, well, no, I'll be broke after college. Well, maybe don't go to college. You know what I mean? Okay, so Jupiter says, oh, there's somebody waiting for a high priestess. Or Jupiter sees collective waiting. Is that somebody who's waiting for high priestess? Or is this... Oh, it came out before too, didn't it? Something about you. There's something about... That came out twice. So there's something about you with the world and these wands and this justice. Maybe your words are a little bit going to go a little further than you expected. Yeah, because it's this gift you have. It's not just your words. It's almost like Georgia O'Keeffe down here. There's a color and shape to you that speaks really a lot too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's something about your gift, this Ace of Coins, which came out with that. No, Page of Wands came out. So, okay, the gift comes out. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Henry. Henry's saying don't sleep on your gift, okay? While they hold back from you, okay? Because see, hours are turning into days, and days are turning into weeks, and weeks are turning into months, and you're just who you are, You're watching, you're waiting, but they could tell the courts that though it's this person, and what was it from today's letters? Use blood to alter an arrest. Yeah, great. These are very tricky people. I remember Satan's illusion is God's last plan. It wouldn't surprise me for him to devise some really crazy scheme, or say they can't find you or whatever. But Henry wants to tell you, don't sleep on the gift. Don't sleep on the gift when all of this is held back from you. Because, yeah, divine timing. Yeah. Yeah, they're holding a lot back from you. They really, really are. It's all about the moon tonight, that Aquarius moon. There's some kind of secret that, just like Alice Walker when she wrote Color Purple, it has to do with a generational. Maybe you're part of the secret, but it's like you're the collaboration, or you're the, I can't think of the word. Yeah, you're a byproduct of this secret. You know, it wasn't your original plan to keep it a secret. I mean, they lied to you. So, but provider, there's some kind of provider. What about this provider? Provider. Just like the white-winged dove sings the song, keeps on a singing. Ooh, that's the moon tonight. It's that white-winged dove. It's the Sabian symbol for that moon tonight is some kind of dove bringing a message, and it's from the ancestors. He seems so brokenhearted, something within him. But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, all alone on the edge of 17, just like the white-winged dove. Yeah, that's collective. You got to just keep that pure heart. Wow. Yeah. They have masks in the trunk of purity, you know, of angelic masks. But the product of it isn't there. You know, angels are supposed to have a product, you know, what speaks on your behalf. Somebody's paying somebody. Somebody might be paying to keep you hidden. That's okay. You got a job to do. Don't sleep on the gift. Henry Crown, thank you so much. I love you. Okay, so go over to Venus, and yeah, she's got the devil card tonight. It's like the devil has his foot right on her neck because he's trying to get her to react. Like, this is horrible. Nobody will ever find me, which is a lie. It's a lie. So she decides to not move, okay? And that's probably the way Satan likes it. Oh, see, I've paralyzed her. But there's something about beauty when you're not moving that can still be a product. It's that color and shape that you're supposed to, you know, if you're meditating or what have you. Yeah, last night, sometimes when I meditate, I'll see colors, you know, like this, like really bright red or purple, and there was just black. And I thought, wow. And they were saying, well, you're in the middle of the galaxy. I was like way out there, I guess. I was like, well, can someone turn the lights on? Yo, I can't see. And Bob Hope, he's so funny. He flipped a couple switches, and I saw stars finally. But I was up there to pray, like this kind of pray, with some heads of the church, yeah. To get that love of the story of Christ in that black, bottomless pit in the middle of the galaxy. We were praying for that message to be there. Yeah. It's a miracle it got to Earth. It really, really is. So we were all in this circle trying to pray for that energy, that love. Because, you know, there's a higher and lower vibration out there that can conquer, still kill, and destroy. And for some reason, we were in the middle of, so that when anything passed through that or around that or was in that vicinity, it would pause and think, what was that? Because the love of Christ is so strong, see, that it feels different. It feels different. and hopefully turn that entity or whatever around to reconsider, like, whatever mission that entity was on. Or yeah, I don't know why I was up there in the middle of nowhere praying with these church people, but it means a great deal for you to realize that you have a solar inheritance as well. And if we don't get this right, well, he'll probably just scoop you up to your solar property. I don't know what'll happen, but he can't have this vibration where you are to go, because where you are to go, there are certain souls that mean quite a bit, and they have been protected and preserved to be with you, to integrate with you. So I don't know what Most High. It's all a mystery. It's all a mystery. Tell us, Most High, about this Venus. What do you want Venus to do tonight? Yahweh. Yeah, collaborate with your spirit guides tonight while you're left out, if you feel left out. 5 of Coins. There should be a collaboration regardless if this is just what people see. This is the reflection of what they see. But you know who you are and where you are. And so definitely collaborate with your crossed over ones. And maybe you'll end up in the middle of black too. Go, somebody turn on the lights, please. Yeah, that's what it was like. Okay, thank you, Most High. I love you. Yeah, I look forward to it. Yeah. Because there's a reason you're consecrated, and there's a reason why you're set apart. Yeah, truly. Okay, so Mars, 20 degrees Cancer. He has a meeting tonight. There's some kind of meeting. Yeah, it seems like all the meetings lately have been with this Hierophant group to do magic. Yeah, I think you're protected from it pretty strong. But the whole point of Henry David Thoreau having that 20 degrees Cancer was to minimalize what you need. He went and spent 2 years in a cabin in the woods. Why was that so hard to say? But yeah, that 2 years taught him, like, what's the very minimal I need. Yeah. And you guys know what that's like, right? Like, if you can't afford the $20 soap, sometimes you'll buy, like, the cheap soap. But when you get it home, you're like, wow, I wouldn't even wash my cat in this, It's just that crappy. But that's what you have to do because of resource, they've, and the Most High sees that. And he sees the wisdom in you making these choices. So I know it's rough on a lot of you. But yeah, it's not easy. But you'll learn a lot from it if you do buy something in as an alternative. Like, okay, well, I can't afford to, let me buy this. And it's just that lesson of learning. Oh wow, I guess I really don't need, Yeah, it works out. It's just a slow process. It's a really slow process. I bought cheaper cigarettes, but my voice sounded like George Burns. And so my son's like, please just go buy your regular ones. Yeah, because the regular ones don't do that. I don't know why. You should smoke it all, but yeah. I have no idea. Some of these chemicals and things that they've been putting into cigarettes and supplements, they're prepared in a way that your body has become used to it, okay? But in a time of crisis where you can't have it or what have you, you realize, oh, I guess I didn't need it. That's what the Most High wants to get at with you. And it isn't until he puts you at a point of crisis that you actually do it, because you only have $2 in the, you know what I mean? So, all right. Thank you. So what do you want Mars to do tonight, Most High? What's this above you? Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from this evil one. For thine is the kingdom and the power and your glory. Amen. What is Mars? Is Mars... It's like he's gone to the crossroads or something. He's gone to the crossroads and he feels really awkward. But it's like this dude's finally ready to admit that he participated with this mask on. Yeah, he did this for the legacy. It might be this King of Wands up here. Yeah, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Who, like Bobby Seale, you know, but not like Bobby Seale, had a group to support him. And yet everyone is looking at this group now like, wow, that was pretty outrageous that you joined that group. So what do you want? He's done something, he's twisted his gift up. Like he had a gift. Like we all have spiritual gifts. Like we pretty much all do. It just depends on if you want to pay attention to it or not. Some people are like, no, that'll make me look crazy. So they don't. But this one knew he had a gift, but it's kind of twisted up right now because of the magic he sent him. Yeah, he sent some magic. And so anyway, when it backfired, it affected his gift. It made it dry to the bone. He's in the valley of the bones. Yeah. He's at the point where he wants to be like Jacob and wrestle an angel for his blessing, except there's no angel coming down to do that. Yeah. Well, he spent too much time smoking in the boys' room, in the gentleman's club. He liked the status of the gentleman's club. He liked the fact that not everyone could get in there. Yeah, we're cooler than you because not everyone has access to this. Smoking in the boys' room. Thank you, Motley Crue. He's working really hard with his angels so that he can get out of this Nine of Swords. Yeah, he's working really hard. But it shouldn't look like this when you meet the angels. It's a surrender when you meet the angels. It's almost like, I don't know what else to do when you meet the angels. But he's like, I don't know. When he went to the crossroads, he must have typed up a 10-page confession or something. I don't know. Because he doesn't want to feel like this anymore. Yeah. He doesn't want to feel like that. Can you blame him? Nobody does. Yeah. Well, the good news is Pluto's direct. Okay? Now, Pluto can make you feisty. Yeah. And it's in that master degree tonight of Capricorn. So hopefully you will feel feisty. Like, oh, you're going to abandon me out here? Yeah, yo, watch this. That's what Pluto's saying right now. So, yeah, I was digging it when I found out, oh my gosh, he's direct. And he's direct on your behalf, collective, because he is the Phoenix and he's always risen. And we will put him back on the manifest. Your ops had that all planned, you know, because they knew without this transformational power of Pluto that a lot of this wouldn't even go this far, except it did, because they weren't banking that God would step in because you weren't worthy enough. See, why would God step in on your behalf? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? You know? They want you to feel alone tonight, when usually it's probably a party at your house in the evenings. But yeah, they want you to feel alone. Okay, so Mars is, he's yeah, that's what I would say to you, Mars, is you got Pluto direct, man. If you can, pick up the phone, see if they'll answer. You know? Yeah, don't underestimate Pluto. Okay, so we're going over here to Saturn, because Saturn says that he had to witness it for himself. He had to be a witness to this black magic, this magic. Now, there was an FBI mole in the 40s named Matt Kuetic, who had that birthday, 13 degrees Pisces. He served as a mole for the Communist Party for the United States. He was an FBI worker. Wrote a couple good books, but he had to witness it himself to get information on the Communist Party. And that's what Saturn's trying to tell you, is like, if somebody would have come forward and told me this was going on, I wouldn't have followed up. It just seemed ridiculous. But then he had to witness it for himself. And he's like, wow. Yeah, Saturn, it's going to even change the way they train people. Yeah. Yeah. Agents and things. Yeah. It's going to change how they get the news out and about. Yeah. The ops plans have changed. Yeah. Because it's a highly sensitive mission when you're dealing with this right to religion. Okay? Right to religion. the supervisor's office. Supervisor's, yeah, he had to go above like his normal chain of command. Whoever was looking at, yeah, because it got crazy. And he needed permissions, you know. He needed resources. And he needed them quick. The way these people were moving was nuts. Yeah. Master of your fate. Yeah, Saturn knows that you claim to be master of your fate. Yeah, that's huge. And don't lose your head. Yeah. He's saying don't lose your head, okay? Don't lose your head. I love you, Saturn. Okay, so supervisor's office. What's this? What did you witness, Saturn? What did you witness that a lot of these people couldn't live without? And yet they were projecting all that onto you. That you weren't worthy because of the things you couldn't live without. And yet never once did you complain. Yeah, that he wants you to know that you can probably feel it, you know, with that Aquarius moon. Aquarius moon, it's upheaval, it's chaos. Aquarius, it's Uranus, okay? It's all about the upheaval of the Tower tonight. Should collective, like, what kind of choices, what do you want collective to do tonight? You may not know what news to trust, okay? Wait, wow. So something you get will be like hard to hold on to. Yeah, this fate, you are master of your fate. This is destiny. Yeah, you are the master of this fate. Yeah, oh my gosh. All this dude did, this King of Wands, he's showing up again. He did a lot of work. He did 7 of coins, King of Wands, 7 of coins to just keep you trapped, blindfolded. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. and that was supposed to bring you anxiety when you're like, dude, no, I'm master of this, master of my fate. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, if you're a Shinto, the Japanese believe that you don't disrupt nature. That's what the Shintos believe. Like, they don't aggravate nature. So this being just an energy, why would you aggravate it? Like, I'm going to sit in beauty tonight with Georgia O'Keeffe, you know, working on shapes, color, you know, because it's a reality that I can control. I can't control that. So I'm not going to interfere with it, but you can feel it. But yeah, Saturn wanted you to know that's the plan. See, is that the illusion is this is all I'll ever be. This is my fate. Yeah, when you're going to protect a lot of people from others who alter realities and think it's fun, think it's a fun video game to do to people. No, it's not. Like quarantines, yeah. Like, you know, and Neptune's going to talk about that too. The brainwashing, okay? Yeah. The great lengths that people will go to brainwash an entire group of people. And they'll justify it, you know, like this is the right thing to do, but it's brainwashing. When is that ever the right thing to do? Seriously. 26 degrees Taurus has the star card. Some monarchies are even corrupt. So even royal bloodlines will go as far as brainwashing if they have some kind of plan for the monarchy, you know. This Alfonso the 8th, he was forced to yeah, he was exiled from Spain, this king, Alfonso, 1931. He was in this war in the northern Morocco for the monarchy for like 6 years. And the people that thought about this Alfonso, king of Spain, was that was an unforgivable amount of money and lives that the country sacrificed for 6 years. So they exile him. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But it was all about colonial rule, which, forced labor. Maybe the upside of that was, well, we used all those resources. We sacrificed those lives so that they wouldn't be in forced labor. Might be. But I guess Uranus doesn't want you to forget that even royal bloodlines know of these techniques and have used them. Yeah. Okay, Neptune, you get to tell your little, the day the secret returns. Yeah. Yeah, so Neptune gets the moon card tonight and reminds you of how America has been brainwashed into violence. Yeah. Richard Condon has this birthday, 27 degrees Pisces. Richard Condon wrote Manchurian Candidate, that book. It was a movie with Robert Redford, I think in the 70s, but it's all about how they'll brainwash you to kill, steal, and destroy it, and then justify it. Yeah, the Manchurian Candidate. Yeah. I hear sirens. Yeah, they'll justify it, and it's all brainwashing. And when you look back over at your choices, you're like, well, wow, I guess I didn't have to do that. I think there's a way out for people. They're just scared to do it because they've been bullied. A lot of these people that do the brainwashing are bullies. They're bullies. They get you into contract where they're over your housing, they're over your employment. And so you have no other option but to participate in whatever this is, this brainwash. Oh, okay. Because they pay the bills. And that's not right. Neptune, what do you want to tell us about Richard Condon, this Manchurian Candidate? Are we the Manchurian Candidate? Yeah. I think it talks about like they had convinced this spy it was okay to kill this person in the Communist Party. And it wasn't okay at all. This was all based off this was all a political agenda to turn this dude into a killer, Wow. It causes confusion. Because just like this King of Wands, he swears, well, they told me it was okay. I don't know, get a second opinion. You see how easy it is to get into it, though. Yeah, it's insane. Just like the white-winged dove. Yeah. If the doves aren't going to do it, yeah. Something about disturbing nature, that Shintoism's really hitting me hard. I just got a ding over there. Belief in harmony, yeah. Yeah, so if they're brainwashing you to do something like this kill, steal, and destroy agenda, like a Shinto would definitely take a step back and go, I can't, my better judgment says I can't participate, and take the risk of getting beat out of this club, because they're going to be pretty hard on this person for saying no. But take that risk and probably be rewarded later by the ancestors who saw them see through it, the mask, see. Okay, Pluto, you are direct. I'm so excited for you. Direct, the sun is, with the sun card, he's direct, 29 degrees Capricorn. Okay, he wants to talk about psychopaths. Psychopaths. Patricia Highsman wrote Ripley Under the Water. Ripley Under the Water. That's a movie, Ripley. I think it's even on Netflix, something about Ripley, where the character in the book or the novel basically kills the artist, kills the one with the talent, to take over and reap the rewards of the artist. That's what Ripley Underwater is about. Patricia Highsman wrote it. Highsmith, she wrote that. She has the 29 degrees Capricorn for her birthday. And it's in the sun tonight. It's in the sun tonight. How this brainwashing can go so far as to, psychopaths are what? Usually loners. Yeah, right? So this, like, it can affect a group, a society, or it can affect just one mind. One mind can be cottage cheese. Swiss cheese, whatever a brain with holes in it that believes like, oh, if I just, that's what your doppelganger did. Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't care about that person. I can do that job better. Okay. And they decided to erase you, put you dead on paper. I'm dead, hey. And to reap the rewards that you were promised. Well, now how does that work for a planet that's still giving energy to that person? That's not going to work. No. So yeah, that's what they did. Your ops signed up for that. We'll just erase. We don't even hear you. We're not even going to show your videos. We don't care what you do. We don't care if you're smoking in the boys' room. We don't really care. No one's going to see you. Nobody cares. We're going to make you feel like this the rest of your life. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of sad. Well, what do you want to tell us? Yeah, unable to move. Unable to move. Those sirens out there, they don't like it either. What do you want to tell collective about this? The angels don't like it. The planets don't like it. God don't like it. Somebody's celebrating. Okay, tell us about this celebration. Oh, they celebrate when collectives like that. But they don't know you're like this master of your own fate. You're master of this. Yeah. Yeah. You notice how they stopped calling children kids? Like it used to be kind of a big deal, like in the 80s, to call children kids. Like, go get the kids. And they stopped doing that because a kid in the dictionary is a goat, like literally a small goat, right? Well, goat is like greatest of all time. That's what it stands for, greatest of all time. So as a society, we didn't want our children to feel like they were a greatest of all time. We're going to call them children. Isn't that wrong? We should have kept calling them kids because they're the greatest of all time. Yeah, but as a society, we warp the words and the meanings behind those words. And we follow suit. Like whatever happened to just, got to go get a soda pop. Nobody says that. What are you doing, dude? Nobody says soda pop. But you see how every now and then when you hear it differently, you're like, wow. Because they're not following the norm of what society has conditioned you to think. Yeah, we don't want our kids to be greatest of all time. Yeah, no, you do because they're starseeds. Yeah. Somebody's celebrating a star tonight, the star card. Yeah, because they're a kid, right? They're a goat. They're greatest of all time, man. And the devil don't like that. How dare you call me on my brainwashing? I think I can. I think I can. Remember the little train story? Yeah. Pluto sees the burdens. What are you going to do to help us, Pluto, now that you're direct? The burden of not being able to move. Yeah, he's going to make sure you get some information. 8 of Wands. Something about a circle. There's a circle of people who keep you safe, collective. That you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And you're not disturbing nature. Like the Shintos believe, there's no disruption of what's truly going on. You honor the ancestors. That's what the Shinto believe. I mean, if you stay in that energy, you'll be fine. When the days turn in to weeks and the weeks turn into months. Oh, joyful. Joyful. For he's a jolly good fellow, which everyone can deny, which everyone can deny. Okay, so I'm going to get you up to the destiny, then you guys can have your awesome Saturday night. Sarah Vaughan, jazz singer. Yeah, I got a crack of the fridge for her. She must be here. I love you, Sarah. She had like a 3-octave range on her voice. She was superior to opera singers. Sarah Vaughan, yeah. She has that birthday for Aries, 6 degrees Aries. And by the way, Aries might feel, you notice there's no aspects to the destiny or the healer tonight. There's nobody touching it. So if you're an Aries, you might feel like, wow, all this is going on. How do I fit in? That's okay. That's okay. Because you hold the destiny. So if you're an Aries and you feel left out of this storyline, don't even, because the North node's in Aries. And it must have been enough to protect, but nothing is aspecting it. I mean, maybe some asteroids and stuff, that I don't chart, but for the most part, none of those major entities of our solar system are even bothered with the North Node or with the healer tonight. So yeah, please, Aries, don't feel left out or out of this storyline. You're very important to this storyline because you are the destiny. And Sarah Vaughan has 6 degrees Aries, and her music was a wonder and a mystery. She influenced like Amy Winehouse. Yeah, she says to don't ever underestimate your talent. And just like Henry Crown, don't sleep on your talent tonight, collective. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Even though some of you are completely worn down from all this alchemy. Don't underestimate your gift. If they're pulling you into this space in the middle of the solar system, why am I here? Somebody turn on the lights and help collective pray. She's there to pray, or he's there to pray, or he's there to do something to get the energy up there for something. And just follow suit. They're not going to put you in a pit, circle it, smoking in the boys' room. They're not going to put you like that. They're going to put you with like kind, kindred souls. Yeah. So, okay, Sarah, we won't underestimate our talent. Is there anything specific you want to tell collective about the destiny? We're the Hermit card. You're investigating our talent. Somebody's investigating your talent. She was nominated for like 9 Grammys. And in 1990, she was in the Jazz Hall of Fame. Sarah Vaughan. Something from your past that they thought was dead. There's a problem being resolved that you're going to get news of to bring you fulfillment. Yeah, something in the past that brought death. This is 6 of Cups, and this is the Death card. Okay. First of all, it didn't kill your gift. It didn't kill, your talent. It didn't kill that. It's still here. And there's some kind of, this person's still watching, collective. Yeah, this King of Cups is going through a lot of difficulty right now. This Pisces, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. They're going through a really tough time right now. But they know if they come toward you that it's this false heroic motion, Knight of Swords. They know they can't do that. But they hold, check it out, your talent. They credit themselves for your talent, collective. 747 I just saw. So there's something about your talent that they take credit for. Yeah. Well, sure, because they're not dead, so. Okay, so then we got 21 degrees for the healer. Oh, Masaru Ibuka. Yeah, Masaru Ibuka has his birthday, 21 degrees Aries. Now, he was president of Sony, okay? He retired from Sony in 1976, but he's since passed away. But Masaru was telling me about the Shintos. He was telling me about that. Like, that's what the Japanese believe. This belief in harmony. And there's no disruption of what's in nature. Why would you disrupt what's in nature? Yeah, that's what the Shintos believe. He reminded me of that. And he also says that from 0 to 3, the ages when you were born to when you were 3 years old, was actually the time that your talent was developed the most. And you were just surviving. 0 and 3 years old. Yeah, he was a radio. He fixed radio parts during the World War II. And being president of Sony, he was a mastermind with communication. He really was. I love you, Masaru. Thank you so much. Yeah, he says your radio is picking up a higher frequency now. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But they can't point a finger at the divine. Yeah, no. Because we don't wear a mask. I love you, collective. Happy Saturday.